Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Steven.
And we are the Broadway Husbands.
What?
If you're new to our channel, welcome.
Hi.
We love to share
husband.
our life as new dads and our life as freelance professional artists. And if that's of interest to you, make sure you subscribe.
And on today's video, we are going to give just a little life update of what's been going on since we've been here in New York City.
Okay. So right now it is August 16th.
And this video that you're about to see was filmed June 8th?
I don't know, some point in June.
Some point in June. And now, currently, we're back in Texas. So much has changed. Watch this video.
And we'll meet you at the end and we'll fill you in. Yeah, we came back to New York City and, well, Steven came in January. I came in February with our son Maverick. And it's been quite an adventure adjusting back to life in New York since pre-pandemic times. Steven's in the Broadway production of New York, New York, which just got 9 Tony nominations.
9 Tony nominations, and the Tony Awards are tomorrow.
So we're getting ready for that.
We're super excited about that. And, it's been a really fun ride so far and super exciting. Rehearsals were really, really fun and good. And,
for him.
For me, but Brett had, during rehearsals, it was a lot because I was so busy, and Brett had to do most of the parenting, be a single parent for a lot of the days. And so it was really challenging in that respect. And it was super challenging for me because I just missed them so much. Even though I saw them every day, any chance I got, I was like running back.
It's true. He was like making himself sick.
I literally made myself sick. So at one point during tech, I was running back and forth so much during the day that like my knee was like just like killing me because my quads were so tight, and like there's so many stairs in the theater and blah 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 blah. So I had to kind of like cut back. But then eventually we stopped rehearsing as much, and I didn't have to do that to spend time with them.
And we were so excited. We were getting closer to opening night.
Yeah, we started previews in March.
We got like these beautiful suits from Suit Supply to wear to opening night.
And opening night was April 26th.
Yeah, and I had to fly to Texas to check on the house.
The Sunday before opening.
And so while I was in Texas checking out our house and our car.
So while he was in Texas, he left us on a Sunday morning. Our sitter came when I went to the matinee, and I rushed back on Sunday night so that I can put Maverick down and give him a bath that night. And on Sunday, I just felt super run down. I remember just feeling like really tired, and I thought that that's all it was because I had been working so much and running around like a crazy person. And I remember warming up and saying to my partner, I was like, I really don't feel good. My throat kind of hurts. And I was like, I'm sure I'm just tired. And then I got home. I put Maverick down, and literally I put him down. I came back in and I just sat on the couch, and I don't think I moved the entire evening. And Brett at one point called me. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I just don't feel really good. Like, I don't feel well. I haven't moved. Literally, I don't think I moved. And then
the next morning you said, I have a fever.
Well, no, because I went to bed and I woke up all through the night with a fever. And then Monday morning I woke up still with a fever, and I was alone with Maverick. And so that was a challenging day. I was just trying to do everything I could for him. And then whenever he was down, I was literally like
asleep.
Down for the couch. Tuesday morning, I was still sick. I had a fever. And so opening night was Wednesday. It's now Tuesday. Brett's on his way back. And I'm like, I have to go to the doctor. There's no way I can do the performance tonight. So maybe they can give me something to push me through, for tomorrow.
And what did they give you? A COVID test.
They gave me a COVID test.
And what did you find out?
I had COVID.
You had COVID. And equity policies were if you test positive for COVID, you have to have two negative tests with a day apart to go back to work. With 8 days of no work or something. It's something like a week of no work.
Yeah, I think they go, I don't remember the amount of days, but like they asked me when were my first symptoms. I said Sunday. And so that they were like, at that point, the earliest you could go back with 2 negative tests was the following Tuesday. So I was out for
We didn't go to opening night.
So we didn't go to opening night.
All this time and anticipation. And
so much work, and so much. I was exhausted, obviously. And I was extremely disappointed, but also very relieved when they said that I actually had COVID, because I was so sick, I just needed to lie down.
And you know what? It was like such a blessing in disguise, because
After I felt better on Thursday.
The whole week, we had a whole week together, just the three of us, and we hadn't had that since the new year.
Yeah.
So it was like such a beautiful blessing. This was in May, right? And then when you opened?
No, April.
Oh, April.
So once I felt I was like really feeling better on like Thursday, Friday, and like we had the best time. Once
It was a nice weekend where we got to just be together.
And I just want to say one thing. And like the only reason why like I think I was extremely disappointed and upset about missing opening, but the only thing that made it really okay is the fact that, you know, I have my husband and we have our son. I can't imagine if I, you know, had been by myself for that long. That would have sucked.
Yeah.
So
you didn't get to open tonight, but you did get to do the cast recording.
Yeah, which was a couple weeks later, and
that was kind of cool.
That was super exciting. I've been really, really, really lucky to have done 3 cast recordings, and you know, I don't lead with my singing. Let's just say that. I can carry a tune and I can sort of sing, but I would never ever call myself a singer. So it's always really fun and / scary to go into a recording studio. And it was awesome and so fun. And you know, it's interesting this time around doing the show, because I know like, you know, things don't last forever and you just never know if you're ever going to get to do anything like this again. I think I'm really just trying to take in every experience and just really take a look around and / like get footage, because like sometimes I just forget to get footage of things. And so it was really an exciting day, and we all had our own little like semi booths for this one. Every time I've done a recording, it's slightly different on how you're set up in the recording studio, but this was really fun. We all were in a circle, and Alvin, our music director, was in the center, and and we laid down the tracks, and the cast recording came out yesterday, June 9th, so be sure to check it out.
We'll put a link down below.
Yeah. So it's Sunday, July 23rd. We received an email saying that there was going to be a company meeting following the Sunday performance, that everyone would remain in costume and there would be a meeting. So immediately I knew that that was probably them announcing when the show would close, but I wasn't going to be at the show. So then I received an email like 2 seconds later saying that company management or stage management or somebody would call me after the meeting and let me know what was said in the meeting. And so our flight was at 8 p.m. We were flying from JFK. We were living in Harlem. We were taking Uber to JFK with our 16-month-old son. His bedtime is at 7 p.m. It's like probably a little before 6 or right at 6 p.m. And we're going to the airport. And as we're stuck in traffic, like on the BQE or something like that, I received the phone call saying that the show is going to close, but they only gave us a week's notice. So it was July 23rd. They were going to close the show the following Sunday, July 30th. And we were on our way to JFK to fly to Reno to go to Lake Tahoe for the week.
It was looking like Steven, who missed his opening night because he had COVID, was also going to miss his closing night because we were going to be in Lake Tahoe. And we were like, what are the chances? And now we have to get on a 6-hour flight with our child. And
it was way past his bedtime.
That flight did not go well.
The flight did not go well.
It included 4 hours of screaming. At one point, he threw up on us.
Yeah.
It was a disaster.
But so I told company management, or stage management was who called me, and I just said, I was so stressed out from the news and then from Maverick being upset on the way. I was like, I'm going to need like a day. I was like, let me call you in like at least 24 hours. I need at least 24 hours to figure out if there's something I can do to make it back. So after the flight that we had, it was rough. It was real rough.
We did make the decision that Steven would try to leave Tahoe early to be there for closing, and that Maverick and I would fly back to Houston. So I didn't even go back to New York.
It was so abrupt.
It was so fast and so quick, and we came back home on Sunday. And
so they came home Sunday, and I flew back to New York Friday night. I took the red eye. I did 3 performances in Tahoe instead of 4. So I did the Friday evening show, and then I took the red eye Friday evening, got into the apartment in Harlem around 9:30 a.m. Then I went and did 2 shows on Saturday.
Which included the Lincoln Center taping.
Yeah.
And then you did the Sunday show, and then you stayed in New York for 4 days?
Until Friday. So
And
Monday,
packed.
yeah. So like 5 more days, and I packed the apartment basically by myself with the help of our friend who I would have never been able to really get it done without her. She was a lifesaver and really helped me get it moving quickly. So it was all so abrupt and not at all what we had planned or had been anticipated. And it all happened while we were like on our way out of New York. So it was already like we were.
Yeah, it was
It was
super
so
weird.
weird.
So like
It was so weird.
we
And now
came
we're
back
here.
home, but honestly, I think the last like 6 months of being in New York was like the right thing. I think we needed it.
Yeah.
I think that when we left in 2020 during the pandemic, it was not because we had a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
It was because we had to. We just didn't have any other options. And here it was very easy to go, okay, I know what this feels like now, and going back to Texas feels right. It feels like the better choice for us
In this
moment
Yeah.
right now.
For sure.
And the universe sort of said, yes,
Go.
go home.
Yeah.
And now we're here. So we're going to be shooting all of our next videos from our beautiful, spacious house with much better lighting.
Much better lighting. Yes, much better lighting. So it was a crazy, crazy time between the Tony Awards and the end of July, which was only like maybe 6 weeks, not even. And it all happened so fast and so abrupt. And once we were back here in Texas, like I've been here for a week now, and it took me like a good 6 days to like finally kind of feel normal again. Like I was just so tired.
I think it took Maverick about the same amount of time.
Yeah, it took me a while to like kind of snap to it again. Anyways, so it's been a crazy, crazy month of July. It's August. We're back in Texas, and let's see what life has in store for us next.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.